Hello, it is sisterguard here. Hopefully you're having a great day. I'm having a great day. We're back to Day in a Rise crossover because we're going to be going over what you need to be doing for the new Ghoul update that's coming in a few days. How I get my DPS, because I get asked that a lot, like how to max him in, what my loadout is. And we're going to be going over the sneak peeks for the Ghoul update that have been released because one of them kind of hints to we may be getting something new. So if you have not already, please make sure you smash the like button, do the subscribe button. I really appreciate it a lot. And let's get into it. So first things first, Ghoul update. We do know that is going to be on Friday. This will be a world boss update, so it will not be a key update. You don't need to worry too much about getting keys this update and getting prepped for that way. But some stuff you do need to do in the meantime, if you have not already, go ahead and start making sure your expeditions are up to date. Make sure you get the most expensive ones you can. Make sure you've got some stuff rock and loaded over here, okay? You still got a couple days that you can jump on for like 10 minutes. Get this sorted. I would do it once, twice a day. Go ahead and get yourself ready to go. Next thing I would recommend doing, go ahead and get yourself loaded up on some tickets. Because with a new world coming, that generally means that because of the new weapon changes, you're going to need a lot of tickets for weapons. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, when you go to fuse these things together, you can either use gems or you can use tickets, and I'm going to recommend you start getting tickets because you're going to start getting into a case where the weapons get stupid expensive. So it may not be that case anymore, but I do know when I was trying to get these GMs, I don't know how expensive the GM pluses are. It gets ridiculous. So I would start farming tickets for that. Also, I would start farming some tickets for gachas. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, the gachas are over here, and that's kind of the first thing we're going to start talking about with DPS. Remember, you need tickets in order to build up what is called the token setup, which is where you get the token runes and you get the more runes. So you need to start building up your ticket supply for that, and because you want to start getting the gachas. Now, one other thing you want to do is go ahead and start building up a ticket or a gacha supply. As you can see, I have 10,000 of the grass ones. The reason you want to start doing that is, remember, we have the exchange, and every single update we've had since they've introduced the gachas, we've gotten more. Now remember, you can convert 2 to 1, so even though I have 10,000 of this, that is 5,000 of the new ones. I would go ahead and start building up some gachas, because for those of you that don't know, most of the secrets, which this is going into the damage thing for y'all, most of the secrets, this is how I get a lot of my damage. When you start getting 100%, 150% bonuses on some of these, it gets pretty broken and it adds up very quickly. I'm also hoping one of these at some point will also be like an Arise chance. I think that would be cool. Something to add to it. So go ahead and start doing that. You're going to need a lot of those. Next thing you want to do, max level. Go ahead and get up to 575 if you have not already, or get as close as you can. There's multiple ways you can do this. Those of you wanting to know the loadout I use, this is what I use for damage. But you can get this, go ahead and put points into this, get yourself up to max. There's multiple titles that also give this, like Jungle Monarch. We go over to subtitles. The new Demon Slayer title also gives this as well. And for those of you that don't know, we do also have relics that give experience buffs. So Fang of Domination, Iron Wolf Howl, and Artifact Shield. Try and get those up to max so you can get, I believe that's at least a 50%, 60% buff XP gain. The next thing you're going to probably start trying to work on getting is go ahead and start trying to get some double dungeon runes. Reason why, this helps with gachas and this helps with weapons. I will tell you, you don't need to buy them with tickets. Much easier way to do this is to get them by upgrading 10. This is a lot easier. I will tell you, if you are trying to get upgrade runes or any of the world runes ever, go ahead and reset your talents over to double rune drops. I always do that right when we have a new update and I'm farming. I'll go ahead and get rid of my 2% shadow ability and crit, and I'll move on over to double runes. If you ever need keys, by the way, just switch this over. This makes it super cheap. So, but yeah, no. Generally, right when the update drops, I'll switch over here so when I can get max world runes for the new area. And this also applies to those upgrade runes you get at the very end. I'd recommend doing that. Next thing you want to start farming up. We go over to the crafts. maybe start looking at maybe getting either a few gems, or you need tickets to buy gems. Go ahead and make sure you got a lot of tickets prepped. The other thing I would start looking at is making sure you have cores, because you do need cores in order to craft. We are more than likely going to have a new weapon mastery. So a new weapon, top end weapon one. I'm gonna have to start prepping for this one too, guys. There's a lot of stuff we have to prep for this update. I don't think a lot of people realize that. Like, you're gonna need cores. Like, I need so many legendary cores, it's not even funny. But you're gonna need cores to get gems, all that good jazz. Now, while we're on the topic of gems, another thing you can do to help with your damage. Currently, right now, Frostblade, I cannot talk this morning, gives the best damage for shadows. There's 5 spots in this one. 4 of them can have greater amethyst. That's going to give you the biggest boon. We may be seeing in this next update a new sword that we could get for that. Remember, you don't get gems back if you socket them. You lose them. I do think, however, we are probably more than likely going to be doing weapon damage. So I would just get some greater gems ready to go. I also don't know if he's going to release a new gem tier. That is a high possibility. And if you're like, why are those important? Well, each of those gems gives 20 points towards either weapon or shadow. And remember, every point you put into shadow and or weapon gives a 5% boost to damage. Also, remember your level gives you a 1% bonus to each of those as well. So right now we have 1,000. Well, this is giving 575. This is giving 2,000% damage buff. So keep that in mind. Now, I know some people are like, why are you not doing the high-end damage? I don't have a damage pot equipped right now. That would be why. Currently, best shadows in the game can be obtained by the Slayer dungeon. So it's going to be all of these guys. No, I have not gotten one yet. Game hates me, but whatever. So it's going to be these 4 right here are currently top tier. Unless we're talking about the battle pass, then it is the battle pass shadows. So remember, when the battle pass comes out, generally that becomes the new meta until the next world update, and then we're going to be switching back to weapons. If the dev keeps it in the certain condition it's in. We'll see. We will see. But we've kind of gone over everything you kind of need to start prepping for the update. If you have not already finished the battle pass, you need to get on that. I mean, you're going to get a ton of free stuff anyways this week when you have to grind up for the new level, things like that. You also can start getting those weekly quests ready to go. More than likely, we will have a new max level, and these give a stupid amount of XP. So I would start trying to do events. Remember, they happen at the 15, 30, and 45 minute marks. You can start kind of getting that. And most of the castle runs now, you're going to get up to one, like this is, I have to get up to 153. I will get that when I go do another castle run. All right, let's go ahead and go over the new sneak peeks that they have sent us. So we have 3 in total. We have what looks like a Halloween themed monarch. So I don't know if the Halloween event's going to start this week or next week or the week after, but definitely that's going to be a thing. Next leak that we got was a fighter for Ghoul. So that will be one of the new shadows. I'm going to my guess is either going to be the dungeon boss or the world boss. We have gotten some leaks for the new area, so we're getting a little more of an urban area. And the next one we have, and kind of the big one I want to talk about, is the storage upgrader. So we have resources, gem bags, key bag, rune bag, and boosts. So resources, I'm going to guess is going to be like dust. I don't know if that will include things like shadow cores, or if shadow cores is marked underneath the core spot for the common and all that, so I don't know. We have the gem bag. Now, we're going to look at my inventory real quick. I have crimson amethyst. I can already hold over 1,000 of these. I don't know why we would need more storage space for these. So I'm a little confused as if he's going to add the ability to get gems or things like I don't understand that upgrade. It either could be the introduction of something new, that was what I was hinting that it possibly could be something new, or what? I have no idea. Like that one, I am confused as to if it's just add storage for these guys, it's a why. And if it's adding something else, I'm kind of like, okay, we may have a new way we can get gems. The next one is key bag, which That's going to increase your key storage, which I think will be good for common keys, because especially if you're bulk crafting them. Common keys is always something that I'm always full on storage, so I'm actually kind of excited for that one. Rune storage. Rune storage I feel like is going to be huge, because that way you could store up for more of the world runes if you're needing to do bosses or farm gachas. Because I've burned through those, or you're making keys for key dungeons, so that would make farming that a lot easier. Now the boost one. Okay, this may just be the fact that I have the content creator bag. I can already hold like 324 boosts, but I guess there's some people that want even more boosts. But what we are seeing with that storage upgrader that they have displayed is there's going to be a level requirement. That one shows a dust requirement for a resource bag, so I don't know if some of the other bags are going to require the resource in general. And looks like there's cash. I'm going to suspect there's probably going to be cash and gem components in all of these. So if you have not been hoarding any of that, I would recommend doing that. Like in order to get a resource bag up to max, which I'm going to guess is 4, we're going to need 14 QAD, which the next update should give us another tier of cash, gems, all that good jazz. So we will have to see. I am curious. I don't know why we have the gem bag though. That one's I'm a little like meh. That's the new sneak peeks. Kind of some stuff you need to be doing this week. Go ahead and get your weekly quest set up, because these don't refresh till way after the update happens. Go ahead and get your dailies that day done as well. One other thing, if you have not already, start making sure that your guild stuff is as high as it can be. That's going to help with your damage. Maxing this out. That's going to help as much as you can. I get asked a lot how I have 6 relics equipped. That is from guild and 1 talent. So I'm also going to be showing off my build, my full build, like for talents. This is what I'm using for damage and everything. Friday's going to be interesting, because we're either going to get a weapon meta or it's going to stay on shadows, and I got a lot to grind. So one thing you can do to kind of combat the shadow grind is 1, making sure you're at R+. 2, go on over to Slayer and go start farming the infinite guys. Because from a long time ago, remember, the monarch tiers are the highest tiers and they get the highest percent buff. So the monarch classes, so to speak, will be higher than the mythicals. Even though they're like, well, he's kind of close. No, here's the deal. Once we start getting to the higher percents, he's going to lose out. Even though he's 10.46. Yeah, no. This is still going to be better. Until we start probably hitting... Once floor 175 is accomplishable, then yeah. Which I don't think it'll be next update. I think it'll probably be the update after that. We'll hit 175. We'll see. This community continues to surprise me and wow me every day. So, well, guys, hopefully y'all have a wonderful day. I've got to get back on my grind. Got videos to finish. And see y'all next time.